Sore loser Kari Lake is proud to say that she is apparently ready to lose again, even though she maintains that she totally still won that gubernatorial election in the state of Arizona. I guess she has finally decided to look to the future at other races she might be able to lose. And one of those races is the upcoming 2024 Senate race in the state of Arizona. During an interview on One America News this week, Kari Lake said that she is absolutely considering a run for that Senate seat because, according to her, all of the polling data shows that she would totally win it, right? Just like all the polling data showed she was totally going to be governor, right? Here's what she said. Let me read her statement before I tell you what the polls actually say. I am seriously considering a run for Senate. Yes, absolutely. Just because they stole an election, we're so dangerous to them. I'm so dangerous to the status quo in this rotten swamp that they're willing to steal an election to stop me and our movement. I'm not letting them get away with that. We're not going away. And so I am seriously considering a run for Senate. All the polling shows that I would win, not just the primary. The polling is showing that I would beat Kyrsten Sinema and this socialist guy that's running for the Democrats, Representative Ruben Gallego. First of all, the election was not, in fact, stolen from you. The courts have proved that. You've been given every opportunity to walk into those courts and provide them with any evidence to back up any of your claims, and you failed to do it because that election was 100% on the level. In fact, as we recently talked about, they actually put more safeguards in place to make sure that there was no funny business in the 2022 election because they knew the public spotlight would be on them after all of the issues that they allegedly had in 2020. Also, a report came out just yesterday showing that all those ballot issues that they had in Arizona was actually due to the fact that they switched the ballots to thicker paper and the printers couldn't really handle the thicker paper, but they switched it to the thicker paper because of the conspiracy theories that flew around after 2020. So had it not been for people like you, Kari Lake, they wouldn't have had the ballot issues. They were trying to head that off before it happened. But there was no fraud. You've not been able to prove any fraud because the election was 100% legitimate. Now that we've got that out of the way, how about we talk about those poll numbers, right? Because she says the poll numbers show that she's going to win. She's going to win the primary. She's going to win the general. No. There's actually not a single bit of polling data that shows that, Kari Lake. Not one. Not one friggin' poll shows you actually winning that general election. Also, in the primary, there's also a very good chance you wouldn't win that either based on the polls. But let's talk about the general election polls. If the race is simply Gallego versus Lake, Gallego runs away with it by double digits. Like, Kari Lake will not win a general election in the state of Arizona. Where it becomes a little more cloudy is when you have a three-way race between Gallego, Lake, and Kyrsten Sinema, who's no longer a Democrat, so she'd be running as an independent. At that point, Representative Gallego still wins, but by a slim enough margin that Kari Lake might be able to get enough support to win. But as of right now, she does not. And of course, Sinema's a distant third. If Sinema does not run, Lake has no chance at all. If Sinema does run, Lake may have a chance, only because Sinema might siphon off enough voters to decrease Gallego's count, which would elevate whatever Lake is able to get. The problem Lake also has, though, is that Kyrsten Sinema is a two-way street. Not only would she siphon off some Democratic votes, but she would also siphon off some Republican votes because Kyrsten Sinema, apparently at her heart, really is pretty right-wing. So you're going to have moderate Republicans in Arizona, which we're learning apparently there's a lot of. Kari Lake should have learned that lesson in 2022, but she refuses to learn it. So you would see those moderate Republicans flock to Sinema because they know, okay, listen, yeah, she's an independent, but she's done a lot of right-wing things, so we're going to go to her instead of going to Kari Lake, who we already rejected once, but she didn't learn her lesson. So, Kari, if you want to run for Senate, there's nothing stopping you. But for the love of God, could you just be honest with people for once? Will you stop lying about the 2022 election? And please stop lying about these poll numbers that are publicly available for anybody who chooses to go and look for them. It's not that hard to find. But she insists on it, swears she's going to win, and then when she loses, we get to go through this whole drama fiasco once again. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.